Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. On this chart here on the daily chart, I just want to show it to you from a high level point of view. Just want to communicate we haven't got any change here. Nothing has changed structurally. Bitcoin is still grinding sideways, and even though Bitcoin is trying to break out to the upside right now, 102K is a small resistance level. This has not yet happened, and actually it would be quite surprising if that happens over the weekend, but not impossible. Over recent months we've seen quite a lot of action on a weekend, right? But it was mostly in the altcoin sector. So looking at this chart, a fourth wave pullback is still due, but as I mentioned in previous videos, this could just simply be sideways consolidation. We might not even see this ABC structure, and we might not even see a deep pullback. At the moment, this is simply sideways action. We are in the range that I communicated before. And if you watched previous videos, then you will remember that I highlighted that we could spend quite some time in this price region. So main takeaway here on the daily chart is support area unchanged between $68,180 and $80,000. We could test it, be prepared for it, but there is no setup on the smaller time frame that directly confirms that we are starting the move into this direction. Corrections can happen over price or time. This might simply be a time-based correction, or maybe we're even still in a third wave extension. What the daily chart shows us are the risk levels and that we are still in an uptrend and should see the price go towards $130,000 in the coming weeks or months. Let's go to the smaller time frame chart for Bitcoin. Here we have seen a ongoing sideways structure really. We haven't got a substantial upside breakout, even though Bitcoin at the time of recording is trying to break out here to the upside. I presented to you in the recent videos this price range, explained to you we could spend some days over 100,000, we could spend some days under 100,000, below 100,000, and it would be this price range here. Just sideways, you could say a rectangle in which we are moving at the moment. And until we really get a break above that $104,000 level on a sustained basis, I see this as price range. Of course, there are levels within the range which could act as local breakout levels. And just now the price has tested one of them around 102,500, that is, but we haven't broken above it. Okay, so this is the green line, which has invalidated the local 1-2 setup to the downside, but this could still be a B wave rally. So we want to talk about that right now. Please note that the support area did hold. So again, the idea is we could grind higher, right, against this support area. What I can't tell you really, I can't predict, is that we are testing this support area again. It would look great, but with the high B wave that's unfolding here, it might very well be that this C wave to the downside won't go down very deep, right? Because a C wave and an A wave, they tend to have the same length and duration. Not duration necessarily, same length. So as you can see, it's a double top now. B waves, here in white for example, are often creating double top structures. So it might very well be that what's happening here is this was an A wave top and then A, B, and we might see a C wave down, might do. Overall, when we have these support areas on the chart and when a support area like that is tested, then we have to consider that the price might never test it again. That's what these levels are for. These areas provide support, and the price has already touched this support area on Friday, was the overnight from Thursday to Friday, and we are possibly now moving up in the C wave, right? But it's a difficult structure to deal with because the decline looked a little bit like a 5-wave move down. The move up looks like a 3-wave move up. Again, I could be wrong about that, or maybe the patterns are just not that clear. We're dealing here with a 15-minute chart, so we have to be very flexible in our interpretation. And even if we go higher, it could still be the white B wave. B waves can overshoot, So if it's really, that's not anything that you can predict, but I'm always mentioning that B waves can overshoot. Now, what would be resistance for an overshooting B wave? Let's add that to the chart. Normally, we don't want them to go above the 138% retracement. That's at 103,900. So let me adjust this here slightly. Okay, so these are going to be some resistance levels around 103,520 and 103,900. This is pretty much where this previous swing high is located from the 5th of December. So overall, that means, remember I had yesterday standard resistance on the chart, but mentioned this is really only standard resistance. B waves sometimes overshoot. So when we're dealing with a B wave, we can't really trust that. I took the yellow microstructure from the chart that we had here that showed the possible decline would start. But, well, that was taken off, but the white B wave that we were tracking is still valid. So overall, it's just a range, right? We're not moving up or down in impulsive structures at the moment, even though this move down looked a little bit like a 5-wave move. So what do we need to watch for now? Well, we have to pay attention to these resistance levels, specifically 102,570, 103,520, and 103,900. Any break above it indicates that this white B wave already formed a low. And to the downside, the support area is still relevant right now. Until we break below it, there is no evidence for a major top. Okay, so that's what I'm tracking right now, and this means these levels are going to be relevant for the weekend. Yeah, support and resistance. These are the parameters we have to pay attention to on Saturday as we're navigating here through the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.